All right, week 9, Buffalo versus Cincinnati. This is going to be a good game. Cincinnati favored by 3. I'm going to take Buffalo. Uh, Again, this is going to be a fun game to watch because Joe Burrow looks like he's back. So, but the model is going to be taking what the entire season's worth of performance is look like, which, quite frankly, it can be good and bad. We all know what Joe Burrow is capable of. We also know what that offense has been doing. So, sometimes it's hard to know what a team is, and the numbers will change as consistent performance clicks in. But as we look at it, they're not quite there yet. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and take Buffalo because I think that they're really most likely uh, similarly matched, even though the data doesn't show that. So right now the model is saying that Buffalo is favored with 67% chance of winning, which puts it at around 4.5 points. It's saying the median score is going to be 21 to 14. Knowing these quarterbacks, those are probably low numbers. I would expect both of those to be north of what that third quartile is. I would not be surprised if both of these teams are right here in that 30 point range um, overall. And then when I look at the confidence interval, it is saying that there is a clear distinction whoops, between the low end of Buffalo and the high end of Cincinnati. And then again, moderate uh, Bayesian, in which case moderate confidence, in which case both teams have been performing better than what the model said that they would, in which case it gives a slight uptick to Buffalo in that case. One of the things I would come down here and point out is you still look at all these numbers over here for Cincinnati. A whole lot of Reds have won their last 3 in a row, and they looked really good against San Francisco. Although I would say San Francisco has not had uh, uh, their full roster of their top performers. But that notwithstanding, I don't want to take anything too much away from that. San Francisco is still a very good team, and Cincinnati beat them pretty handily overall. And then likewise, and come over here at Buffalo, they looked bad against New England. They struggled against the Jets. I'm sorry, the Giants, and they didn't really look all that great against the Buccaneers either. They kind of barely made it. So, but with that, you still have to look at it. And you've got Josh Allen, and he's looking really good. The rest of the team is looking mediocre to bad. So let's look at the performance. And again, you see these high numbers over here for Buffalo. I think Josh Allen's been looking good. You see these pretty good running stats over here. Meanwhile, you're going to look at the numbers here for Joe Burrow. His first 3 games, he stunk. I realized he was getting over an injury. Makes a big difference. And then you've got a mediocre to potentially pretty good running game over here for Cincinnati as well. Like I said, this should be a close game. Again, the numbers are saying that Buffalo has the edge. Cincinnati's been having a hard time keeping Joe Burrow upright, and Buffalo's doing a bit better job over here. The one thing I will point out is the interceptions down here for Buffalo have been killing him. Josh Allen, I think, is trying to make way too much happen. Uh, you see some fumbles down here, and meanwhile, Cincinnati's doing a good job of not fumbling the ball at all. So that controlling the football is always going to help. The thing I would point out is just still not seeing a whole lot of explosiveness out of this Cincinnati team versus a lot of explosion out of Buffalo, which I think is going to make a difference in the game. So anyhow, if you found this helpful, like and subscribe and drop me a note. Thank you.